Hi friends, it's Julie Golding Page, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in St. Stephen, New Brunswick, Canada, along the tidal Schoodic or St. Croix River, the traditional territory of the Passamaquoddy, and I'm grateful that they share this beautiful place with us. I also want to acknowledge that today is the National Day for Truth and Reconciliation here in Canada, and also Orange Shirt Day. So I hope everyone is observing these days in some way and seeking to go forward and honor our Indigenous brothers and sisters. I love the way that Indigenous friends describe us as all being related, and so that's why I use the term brothers and sisters for them. Okay, so let's go ahead and we will get into our project for today. Welcome to Craft and Chat. So let's switch our view here. And first of all, I just wanted to mention I have holiday events coming up. I've got my schedule up through the end of December, and I'd love for you to check that out. Just click on the link that's here in the post, juliescraftattic.com, and you can find the classes there. If you can't find them, just let me know, and I'll be happy to show you the right place to go. We'll be doing everything from a kit class to making a jewelry piece, to making something that's home decor, to a Stamp-A-Stack, and lots of regular events and classes as well, both in person and online. So that's for that. And also just a little plug here for this event, which is a free event that I do every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Craft and Chat with Julie. And I just present some kind of project every time. Either I make it or I just kind of show it to you how I went about it. And I would love to have you join me. So it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 5 p.m. Atlantic time. And then you can find the replays here or at juliescraftattic.com or on my channel on YouTube as well. So let's get to our project now. Oh, hi, Kathy. That's great you could come here today. So this is what we're going to be working with. We're going to be working with the Charming Duck Pond bundle, which is super cute. And here's the lovely dies that go with it as well. Today we're going to be doing a really simple make, so it's not anything too complicated. And it uses some of the beautiful Lily Pond Lane paper that is part of the suite that this all comes from. So let me just get that out right now. And here's my card packet that I have prepared in advance. So if you take a class from me online or in person, this is basically what you get. The class packets all have all the pieces pre-cut for you, ready to go. And then we work through how to put them together, how to do the stamping and all that sort of thing. So the first thing I like to do is the stamping. And this particular tag I cut with the Designer Tags dies. I really like them because they have ornate tags included, and I think that they're super useful. So I really enjoy using those. And I think, let's see, I could use Have a Lovely Day or Hello Friend. What do you think would be good? Have a lovely day or hello friend? If you want to kind of vote in the comments, let me know. I'm just going to grab my ink. I forgot to put out my ink, which is just one color for this card, and it's Pretty Peacock. So I'll just get that. Okay, any votes? Let's see, what should we use? Hello friend or have a lovely day? Hello friend, yes, I was thinking the same thing. We must be on the same wavelength there. Great. Okay, so we'll go with hello friend. And I will use this one. So here's my stamp. And I'm just going to put it on my block. If you've never stamped before, how you put them on the block and know which way to go is one side is kind of nubbly, you can feel it, and the other side is smooth. The smooth side goes to stick on the block, and that makes sense, right? Because that means it'll stick on really well because it's smooth, and the nubbly part is the part that stamps. All right, sometimes we forget to mention these basics when we've been doing this kind of craft for a while. So if I ever kind of skip a step, I do try to explain everything that I can, and that's why I do that. But if I ever skip something that you want to know, just let me know. Just type in a comment, and I'd be very happy to answer that, because I want everyone to feel welcome here. So there we go. There is our hello friend. And so that's it for our ink. And once again, this was Pretty Peacock. very nice color. I like to use it on sentiments in particular because it is so nice and dark. It really stamps well, I find. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take some of the paper out from this Lily Pond Lane suite. So here is just a fish that I cut out of the paper. I wonder if I could just grab that paper to show you too. Then you can see what it looks like. Okay, so here's some of the paper here. And it's really, really cute, actually. So here's one of the prints. And on the back, you have this lovely pink gingham. We have, I'll just pull out a few, not all of them. We have these ones, so you can cut out the ducks, or you can use them as they are on the paper. And then kind of a neutral print in gray granite, I believe, on the other side. This is the one I wanted to show you because this is where your fish comes from. So you can choose one of many, many different kinds of fish. Oh, you like that bundle too, Kathy? Yeah, I think it's really, really great. We have fancy goldfish, and we have had for several years, and we really love them. So that's where the idea for this card came from. And maybe I'll show you just a couple more. So here's some swimming ducks as well. On the other side, you've got this pretty peacock kind of neutral print. And let's see, and this one with the cattails, really pretty. And on the back, again, you get that gray granite print. So there's all kinds of things you can do with this paper. You don't even have to stamp very much. You can just use the paper to do a lot of things. So I'm just going to get out my Stampin' Up! Scissors here. Paper snips, they're called. And I'm just going to cut out around my fish here. So I don't want to take too long to do it, but just make sure that you leave a little bit of buffer around it. I find it tends to look better if you leave a little buffer around what you're cutting out than if you cut right up next to it. So often I'll say leave a little white space, but in this case, it's actually pretty peacock in the background because the fish are swimming in water. So of course, it's kind of a bluish green tone. Okay, so we're just going around the corners here. And we're getting toward the end of cutting out of our little fish friend here. And we'll go up around the fin. And maybe I'll smooth that one out a little because that's where I'd cut it out before, just from the paper. And we will finish it up there. So really quickly, there you go. So that's the fish that we're going to use today. So that means you could do a number of cards out of that particular piece of paper because we've got this fish here. All right. So let's see what else we want to do. Okay, let's start to put our card together and you'll see kind of where this is all heading. So this is a card base that I made from a piece of 8.5 by 11 paper. All I did was I cut it in half lengthwise, so down the long edge. And that's my card base. And then I have this paper. So I have this lily paper on this side or lily pad paper on the other side. So we could put it like this and then have our fish friend on here with the lily pads behind. Or we could go with the lilies themselves. So I'm thinking I want to go with the lilies, but you could choose either one because they both match. So I'm just going to attach that to my Pretty in Pink card mat here. So let's go ahead and we'll do that. Sometimes with this paper, because I like both sides and both sides work, it's really hard to decide. But you just have to say, okay, no decision paralysis. We're just going to pick one. So that's what I did here today. I just picked one and put it on. All right, so let's get this on here. You just kind of eyeball it to more or less center it. Okay, and then we're going to use some dimensionals to stick that on. So I need a brand new piece here with new dimensionals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 on each corner and 1 in the middle. So we'll just take them off. So you can see this is a pretty straightforward card. Most of it you can just do with a trimmer and just kind of cutting it yourself. There is one die cut, no, 2 die cuts I guess that I used, but you could use something else. If you had a punch, you could make a circle. This one is from the Stylish Shapes dies, which I like very much. They're my other favorite besides the Designer Tags dies. So that's where I got those 2. But if you don't have a die cut machine, you can make this card just by making whatever shape you can with a punch or cutting it out yourself. And then for this, you could just kind of cut out fancy around the words and then that would look very nice. Okay, so now we have our card base. Now we need a writing surface inside. So I just cut a piece of basic white. All right, and I'm going to put that on there. Very nice. Okay, so now we just have to put this together. So this is going to be kind of over here. And we'll have our fish on and we'll have, I think we'll arrange it sort of like that maybe. Yeah, and there's one more piece to put in and that is our ribbon. And our ribbon is Peach Pie, so one of the new in colors that came out in May. And this Peach Pie ribbon is called Peach Pie Bordered Ribbon. So it's 3/8 of an inch wide or 1 centimeter. So what we're going to do is something very simple. We are going to feed it through the little hole there and then just tie it. All right. So we'll just tie that quickly. If I left enough room there. I guess I didn't. Okay, let's make that a little bit longer. Okay, so let's pull that out just a little bit more. There we go. Now we can do it a little knot there. So we're just tying once. That should keep it very secure there, and yet keep this knot very thin and flat. So it should go through the slot all right. At the post office, you can always check with the post office staff just to make sure. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do with that. Very simple. And there's the amount of waste I had, not much. Just from tying it right on the spool there, which is what I always like to do. Okay, so now we're going to arrange this. And let's attach the fish to our tag first, because I kind of want it to frame the tag there. So let's get out our mini glue dots. These are one of my favorite adhesives to use. And we're going to put one on the back there. And where else do we need one? Okay, so really, I think 2 should probably do it. You don't need much. The adhesives stick really, really well, I find, and so you really don't need much to make it work for you. Okay, so now it's attached. That's very nice. And we are going to attach that in turn onto our circle. So this is a gray granite circle, and I'm taking all of these colors that I'm using right out of the paper. So I'm just using the colors that are in the paper already, and they're setting my whole color scheme for this. So I've got Pretty Peacock. This is Pretty in Pink. We've got Peach Pie, which is in here in these little flowers. If you can see, the centers are Peach Pie. And then that's the gray granite, which is also in the fish. So that's really nice that it makes it super easy for us to do it that way. Okay, so let's just put it on like that. That looks pretty good. And now we can use more dimensionals and we'll just attach the circle. And then the only thing we have left is embellishments. So I will show you the ones I'm using for this card. I really like them. I think they're quite nice and add some elegance to the whole thing. So you can decide, you know, where you want it to go, as long as it'll not go over the edge of the card. So I had the fish going over the edge of the pink and even into the Pretty Peacock, but it doesn't go over the edge, so it'll fit in the envelope for us, no problem. There's this part, so let's see if we can sort of tidy that up a little bit so it's out a little more. There we go, that's better. And now we're going to use these embellishments to finish up. So these are adhesive back dappled dots, and I quite like them. They come in the gray, the pretty in pink, and also the peach pie. So they're perfect for this particular suite. So I really like that about them. Okay, so I'm going to put one up here. We're going to make a little triangle here. So I'm going to put one up here. And where do I want another one? How about one down here? And I think we'll put a gray one here. And there you go. That is the end of our simple card using the Lily Pond Lane suite and the beautiful Charming Duck Pond bundle. So I hope you've enjoyed this card today. As I mentioned, I do have classes that are available. If you'd like to have a look at those, I'd be happy to have you come to my online classes. And for these free demonstrations, come back every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 5 p.m. Atlantic, or look for them on replay. Thanks so much for watching today, and have a wonderfully crafty evening. Bye for now.